Have you ever played Pokemon as a child, or even now? I stopped when Emerald came out, and I was eager to play the new White and Black, but I felt like it was my duty to play and successfully beat all of the older DS titles. I beat Diamond and Pearl without breaking a sweat, and Platinum was way too easy for my skills, but I wanted a challenge before Black and White. I went to the local GameStop to check out their Pokemon collection, and the guy behind the counter asked me what I was looking for. I explained to him, and he told me that he had just what I was looking for. He went in the back room and pulled out a box of old Game Boy colors and old GBC games, which were almost all Pokemon games. I was actually excited to play all of these games, but I saw something was wrong with almost every game, like creepy wrong. Pokemon Yellow and Ash on the front wearing a Team Rocket uniform. Red and Blue had missing number on each of them, and Silver and Gold had reverse covers, with a silver Ho-Oh and a gold Lugia. At the time, I ignored it and bought a black Game Boy and all of the Pokemon games. I drove home and started playing Yellow. But when I tried to play it, the Game Boy screen would just go off black and make a terrible whirring noise. I checked the contents and they were all rotted, so I just tossed the game and moved on to Red. But it was the same, along with Blue, Silver, and Gold. I was beyond pissed at this point and went back to GameStop with an uproar. It was closed and moving to a new location. I was just lost. I went and sat in my car and looked over at the Game Boy, and the Pokemon Yellow startup screen was there. I was beyond excited at this point. I just sat in the car and played. It started out with Professor Oak standing there and holding a book. He opened the book and began reading. Bible verses? He read and closed the book. What sick joke was that? Why would they implant that into this game? I kind of ignored the fact that it was just happened and began playing. I got my Pikachu, but he followed me in his ball and didn't walk behind me. I was beginning to wonder what was wrong with this cartridge. I made it to the first gym where Brock was standing there, but with his eyes open. His eyes were soaked in a bloody cloak around the pupil. I turned off the game without saving and left the Game Boy in my car. The next morning before school, I picked up the Game Boy and started to play it again. But as I started, a message appeared on the screen. Your Pikachu is very ill. You've abandoned him in the woods after quitting your journey. I thought I could trust you, Michael. I know this sounds like the biggest troll ever, but some sick, sadistic freak is obviously tampering with old Pokemon games, because I know this is not the first time this has happened to anybody. I want to know from anybody out there. Have your old games ever done this?